Isaiah Pacheco. It is good, good, good. Who got him? Chris Jones got him. Mahomes looks that way. He's going to go wide open left side. Kelsey, touchdown. Wow, we can copy and paste what we've said before of don't get fussy about winning. Have the Chiefs win this game. Wow, but the Chiefs win this game on a walk-off field goal by Spencer Schrader of 31 yards, and Kansas City goes to 10-1 and beats the Carolina Panthers here 30-27 on a walk-off in regulation. But Matt Mitch Holthus with you, by the way, along with Matt McMullen, senior team reporter. We need to give kudos here to Patrick Mahomes. I thought today he was just a stud, including that 33-yard scramble to lead to the win.
Well, first of all, never a doubt, Mitch. We had him all the way. You never complain about wins.
Everybody wanted
in the
a 40-7 win there. They're like, can you give us a... No, not today.
And I totally get it, but a win is a win in the NFL. We'll take it. We're 10-1 now through 11 games. It's pretty good. I think we would have taken that at the very beginning of the season. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes, what a game from him here today. He goes 27 of 37 for 269 yards, 3 touchdown passes, and a 33-yard scramble that helped us win the game at the very end. That's why he's the best player in the NFL. Not just the numbers and the stats. He steps up in the biggest of moments.
And kudos to Pat. He ties Lenny Dawson. 237 touchdown passes in his career. Ties the late, great Lenny Dawson. Break it on Friday. But still, that's a big benchmark. And he's 19-4 after he loses a game. That is the best record of any quarterback in the league going back to the Super Bowl era. The second thing I want to ask you about, though, the defense was having a tough time today. Bryce Young was great. But there were red zone stops. The Chiefs win 30-27 because Carolina had to kick 4 field goals.
Yeah, this is a game for the defense and for Steve Spagnuolo. I'm sure all week they're going to tell us we'd like that one back, particularly a lot of third downs, a lot of big plays allowed. Very un-Chief-like. We've become accustomed to a defense that shuts the opposition down on third down. It doesn't allow big plays. So that was surprising here in this game. But yeah, give them credit for being good in the red zone because Carolina was 2 of 6 in the red zone in this game. If they score on just one more of those, it's a totally different outcome.
No, I'm jumping around, but let's go back to the offense and talk about guys that got involved in this game. Noah Gray's loving the end zone. He loves the sweet nectar. Gets 2 more touchdowns today. But D-Hop made some big catches. DeAndre Hopkins, his big slant catch on 3rd down and short on the field goal drive was enormous. But guys, different guys getting involved. Pirine was good today. Kareem Hunt was good today, both as a runner and as a receiver. What about all these guys that are contributing?
Well, 9 different players caught a pass today for the Chiefs. But yeah, how about Noah Gray? I think he had 4 career touchdowns coming into last week's game. Now he has 4 touchdowns in his last 2 games. Both of the touchdowns today took place on 3rd down. So just making big plays in big moments. And D-Hop, what can you say about him? The touchdown was kind of like this, and that 3rd down slant you're mentioning. It's like when things are getting a little wonky, he's like, enough of this. I'm just going to catch a touchdown, and hopefully we can win this game. I love D-Hop.
I think it was Thursday. I saw Spencer Schrader playing chess. There was these guys that kind of a chess tournament. You don't want to play Justin Reed.
No.
But here's Spencer Schrader. The Chiefs were able to find him with the injury to Harrison Butker, and he's been really good. Let's give Spencer Schrader some credit.
Well, let's give Brett Veach in the front office some credit as well, and Coach Tobe for finding this guy, because it's never good when you lose one of the best kickers in the NFL for an extended period of time. I mean, Harrison Butker, this is his bread and butter right here, making game-winning field goals. You don't know with Schrader because he's new, but Coach Tobe, the front office, they had confidence in this guy that he can come in here and make these big-time kicks. Credit to him. He came through in the biggest moment here today.
Hey, he already owns 3 businesses. The dude's like 24 years old. I'll be a venture capitalist with him. All right, let's jump in and go to the podium and see what Andy Reid thinks.
There are no injuries. Hendershot, Peyton had a right calf that cramped up on him, but other than that, he came back in and did a nice job there. Thank you to the fans. There was a lot of red in the stands, and we sure appreciate the support. Heck of a game. It ended up as a heck of a game there. But there were some good things. There were some good things we could take out of this. Pat had a big day, 24-33 for over 240 yards. So, and then the big scramble at the end. I mean, that was a beautiful thing. Noah had a big day with 66 yards on 4 catches, a couple TDs in there. 3rd downs were great. Matt Nagy does a great job with those. So we were 7 for 12 there. And then defensively, Nazi again came up as a leading tackler on the defensive side and did a good job throughout. Dana with 4 tackles, and then he had the big strip sack there. And then most of all, listen, Spencer closing it out. That's a whole lot of pressure for a new guy, and he's in here replacing for us right now a future Hall of Famer. So I mean that's not easy to do in these games, and he did a great job. Too many penalties as we worked this thing. We had 9 penalties for 90 yards. Too much, and we've got to make sure we take care of business on third downs. Again, both sides, we're working that, and but we've got to make sure we get off the field and then offensively stay on the field. So other than that, time's yours.
Andy, Pat's not the fastest guy and most elusive guy. He's got that knack, as you know, making those kinds of plays like they run at the end. How do you explain that? Like, what is it about him that allows him to do those kinds of things?
Yeah, I tell you, he has a great feel for the game. He knows by coverage where guys are and what they're trying to do, accomplish with the coverage, and then he can feel the front. So does a nice job there. Yeah, you're.
First quarters this year have been kind of ugly for you guys. You guys came out really fast. What would you just think of the first couple of drives?
Yeah, no, I think offensively the guys, they started fast, and they had made a point for that. Matt had made that a huge emphasis this week, and the guys followed with it and did some nice things there. So, but we got to keep building on it. We can't take plays away from ourselves, and it's too much.
Andy, what did you think of Bryce Young's performance?
I thought he did a heck of a job. Well coached. He's lucky to have that redhead over there, number 14, too, to help him out. Nothing like that. Having a veteran player that kind of sees it the same way you do. And then he's very talented. And the organization made a nice move by taking him. Yep.
Andy, you talked about Schrader and the pressure of that situation for a rookie. What kind of confidence did you have sending him out there for that pick?
Yeah, no, we had confidence. I'd like, as close as you can get. I like, because percentages for any kicker go up. But but we have confidence in him. He's got a big leg.
And are you content with the pressure that you guys are able to generate right now?
Yeah, I mean, those are things we can keep working on, and we'll get better with that as we go here. So, we've always been good at that. We've just got to keep grinding it out here.
Andy, what is it like? It happens again and again. What is it like having Pat under center with the game on the line? This is his 21st comeback, or not comeback, but winning drive.
Yeah, that's a good thing from a head coach's standpoint. He does a nice job with all that.
Coming into today, how much of a defensive emphasis was put on stacking the box and trying to slow down and limit Chuba Hubbard?
Yeah, well, he's another good player, and they were able to get their young guy in there too. So we were very aware of him and his ability, but at the same time, you got to deal with the quarterback too, and the wide receivers. Thielen came back, and he's just getting better and better as he goes here. So.
Noah scores twice, but on his second one when they blitz you, just wonder if you can kind of take us through what you see on that ball.
Yeah, Pat made a great throw. He made a nice move at the top of it. Big body. Pat put it up where only he could get it. And I thought Noah, again, used his body well to protect the ball.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
There's the old song way back in the 30s. They call him Mr. Touchdown. Maybe in Leominster, Mass, they say it, but goodness gracious, 4 touchdowns in 2 weeks. You're getting used to this.
Yeah, I mean, we're having fun as a team, and it's really all credit to God. It's all credit to the guys that I come to work with every single day, the coaches, game plan scheming for us, and really just my teammates, the receivers doing their assignments that helps us get open, the guys up front blocking, Pat making the throws. I'm just fortunate enough to be around a bunch of great guys that love football.
Well, it's awesome how you're emerging, but let's go back to the first touchdown. Third down, first drive of the game. What happens on that play, and you bust open?
Yeah, I mean, I think, they just kind of lost me in coverage, and Kels did a great job underneath pulling the flat defender out. And, Pat did a great job making the throw, protection up front. And, it was good to get a touchdown on that first drive and kind of kickstart the game.
Were you out there going, wait a minute, where is everybody? I guess I'll just run into the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, I turned around, ready to brace for, a tackle or something, and, kind of jogged on in. But, it was a great kind of just play design by the coaches and great job executing by the guys on the offense.
You and I have chatted about this the last couple of weeks, but I love the way the team is using you in all different ways, shapes, and forms. But how devastating is it to line you at fullback and get you out on routes? And how much does that put you in a position of coverage that you want to be in?
Yeah, I mean, I've always said that I just am so appreciative every time Coach Reed puts me on the field, and Coach Mel and all those guys. So, wherever they need me is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it to the best of my ability and play hard because I know that the guys next to me, to my right and my left, are doing the same. So, wherever they need me, I'm just going to go out there and play as hard as I can and just have fun doing it because that's what it's all about.
Let's go to the end of the game. Momentum's on their side. They get the two-point conversion, 27-27. Walk us through kind of the mindset of the huddle there and what you were thinking.
Yeah, I mean, we just got to go down and score a touchdown or a field goal. And fortunately, we got into field goal range. And shout out to Spencer, just phenomenal job coming in here, 2 weeks, a week and a half, and just making the kick when we needed him. And that's just a guy that I've seen that's just come to work, put his head down. He's a humble dude, and he does, he's been doing great things for us so far. So just fortunate enough to have a guy with confidence like that. I think the guy's mindset was just to grind it out. We always go back to training camp and long drive drill. And it was a long game, a tough game against a great Carolina Panthers team, and fortunately we're able to come out on top there at the end.
You and I talked about this too, but I want you to kind of reiterate it, the fact that Carolina's 3-7. Everybody no, you were given a warning all along. I mean, you were saying this is going to be a grinded out game. You were prophetic.
Yeah, no, it never matters. It doesn't matter what your record is in this league. You're going to get the best from every single team. Everyone in this league is a professional, and they're a professional for a reason. They're going to handle it the right way. Carolina does that. It's a world-class organization that comes to work, and it was just fortunate enough to go out there and get a win against a really good Carolina football team despite their record.
4 touchdowns in 2 games. Noah Gray, way to go.
Thank you, Mitch.
Patrick, can you take us through that scramble on the last drive?
Yeah, we expected a man coverage. They got into a type of match zone. So they covered up our routes, and I got out to the left, and at that point in the game, yards were more important than getting out of bounds. And so with the 3 timeouts, I tried to just cut through, and I think it was Justin Watson. I haven't seen the video, but I thought he got a great block. I think it was him, and I was able to get down the field and get out of bounds. Kind of fumbled out of bounds, but I got out of bounds, and so I got us in field goal range.
Patrick, how is it before the play that it's just in your mind? You can get extra yards there and not go out of bounds. Do you think of it as you're running? Can you kind of take us through where you are?
Yeah, I think it's just certain times in games. It's not like I pre-plan like that stuff. It's just whenever it comes down to it and you got to make the play, I feel like I try to go out there and make the play, and that's why I feel like it happens kind of later in games sometimes. And in the playoffs, you don't want to slide. You have to kind of put your body out there, knowing that you can take hits and stuff like that. But we've been able to make some big runs and some big moments.
Could you have made that scramble a couple weeks ago, considering you were dealing with the ankle?
I mean, I don't know. I think I always say adrenaline will get you through it. But it is helping a lot when you get a little bit healthier and you can kind of get your body back into it. And a credit to the training staff. They stayed on top of me about being in there as much as possible. And I finally was able to get off that list this last week and kind of get back to just my normal routine. And we went out there and made something happen.
What was the mindset of the offense at the onset of the drive?
Yeah, I mean, you want to get as close as possible, give our guy a chance to make a field goal. We call it where you go down at the 2-yard line, 1-yard line, whatever it is. And we were just trying to get a completion first, which we did. And then I think I still could have thrown it out there a little bit further for Xavier. But other than that, I thought we executed at a high level like we were in that moment. Just we got to be better in the whole entire fourth quarter, not just in those big moments at the end of the game.
What kind of confidence did you have in the rookie to make that kick in that situation?
I mean, I had a ton of confidence. I've seen him do it in practice. Since he's been here, he's been going out there working. And so I had a ton of confidence. We got him into his sweet spot, and he nailed it right through there.
Patrick, I know the red zone probably isn't what you wanted, but you scored in 6 of the 8 drives today. Are you pretty pleased with just the progress you made with the offense as a whole?
Yeah, I thought we did a great job moving the football. Like you said, you got to execute at a higher efficiency in the red zone. But I mean, that defense is a good defense. I mean, they've played hard the entire year. They have a great defensive coordinator, a lot of great players that I've went up against in other places. And so I thought we did a good job of executing the offense, moving the ball. But like I said, just in that second half, especially in that fourth quarter, we got to be better. I mean, just putting the game away and not giving them chances. But we were able to do it there at the end.
Noah mentioned just the fact that you gave him the answers before the test. guess, on his second touchdown, that what coverage was going to come. Can you take us through recognizing that and then going down on that play?
Yeah, we go through it every week. It's not just me. I mean, me, the quarterback coaches, and the players, we go through certain checks you get to versus certain coverages. And I was able to see by the way they lined up, they were getting into their cover zero look. Just alerted the guys to make sure they saw what I saw, gave the check at the line of scrimmage. And then you trust your guy to go out there and make a play and just put it up there. Well, like I threw a great ball, just put it up there and let him just go up and make a play.
Patrick, these
Yeah, no, I thought he played his tail off, man. He throws a really good football. You know, it's funny. I think Texas Tech was the first one to offer him when he was in 8th grade, and I was at Texas Tech. So I remember watching his highlight tapes then and knew he was going to be a great player. And obviously, he went to Bama and was the first draft pick. But I think it's been cool to see him bounce back these last few weeks and play some great football because, you know, I know he has it. I've seen it for a long time. And he gave us a scare today, man, because he played his tail off.
Threatened by 8th grade, right?
I was hoping to be out of there before he got there. So, no, he's been a great player for a long time and won a lot of football games.
Patrick, what is it with these close wins you guys? Is that a good thing or bad thing, heading forward? Do you like to have a few blowouts?
Yeah, I mean, you always want to have some blowouts. You want to be a little calmer in the fourth quarter. But I've always said it can be a good thing as you get to the playoffs and later in the season. Just knowing that you've been in those moments before and knowing how to kind of attack it, but play by play, not making it too big of a moment. But no, I mean, I would say this more than anybody. I would love to win a game, not by the very last play.
The last one, Nate.
Patrick, I asked a couple guys in the locker room, like, you guys have talked so much about, like, the grind of the season. When that phrase kind of gets mentioned, does it remind you of days like today?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's all about getting better. I think that's the best thing about playing in the NFL. It's never like the team that's playing the beginning of the season the best is playing the best at the end of the season. It's about just constantly getting better, and you know it's going to be a grind. And I think we've done a great job of that. Coach Reed does a great job of planning it so that we're playing our best football at the end of the year. And there's a lot to learn from today. There's good, there's bad. We got to just go back, learn from that, and then know that we have a short week against a hungry football team in the Raiders that is coming to our house.
Okay, thanks, Patrick.
Appreciate you.
How you guys doing?
Is this a dream scenario, Spencer? I mean, how much do you envision these kind of days?
Yeah, I think so. I think the biggest emotion in that moment is gratitude, for the opportunity and just happy that I was able to go out and perform for the team. When you join an organization like the Chiefs, there's a championship culture and there's a standard to uphold. And so for me, I just wanted to come in and do my best for the team for as long as I'm here. I was grateful to be put in a situation today, to step up and put a couple points up there, but that's a team effort at the end of the day. So just really grateful for the opportunity, grateful to be a part of this team.
That last drive, setting up for the field goal there, what were you thinking? What was going through your mind as you were setting up?
I tried to prepare myself before that. You know the talent of the guys on the team. You know who your quarterback is. You know who your offensive weapons are. And so I knew that I'd be getting an opportunity. So I just tried to stay calm, understand that it was going to come at some point. And then when it did come, I was ready. But that comes from a belief in the team that they're going to get you in that situation. And then you go out there and just knock it through.
Where would you have felt comfortable from distance-wise?
My job is to just kick it wherever they give it to me. I don't even think about it. Obviously the shorter, the more confidence inspiring, but then today I don't get to choose. I just go out there and kick it wherever they put it down.
Was it easier to go through the sort of procedures this week for this game? And, I mean, to us, it seems like you only had one practice against Buffalo. So how much did you maybe need a full week of work for a particular moment like this?
It's been a whirlwind for sure, but I think the thing that helps in that situation is that I'm around a group of true professionals. You come in and you have a snapper and a holder that are elite at what they do, and they're trying to get you as comfortable as possible. And so every day is a learning experience. You're working on things, you're refining your craft a little bit each day, but I couldn't be around a better group, a better team. Like everyone reaching out, trying to get you as comfortable as possible to set you up for a situation like this. So yeah, there's growing pains and there's things to figure out, but I think it's gone about as good as it can, given the timeline, given the situation, just being around amazing people.
When a lot of kickers have different routines, right? When they know, like, last-minute drive. Some guys just want to stay in their own mind space. Maybe some guys watch the field. Did you see Patrick scramble in real time?
I can feel what's going on. You know, you can feel like the stadium and getting excited, but you always try to stay calm. You try to keep your emotions suppressed. I really try to simplify what I'm thinking about. So I'm thinking about my craft, and then as a team, we were kind of reflecting on Philippians 4 in our Bible study. Do not be anxious about anything, but instead pray about everything. So really it was a combination of just kind of staying calm, continuing to pray in that instance, and then just simplifying everything and understanding that it's just snap, hold, kick at the end of the day.
So if you hear the crowd and do you take a peek just to be like, where are we on the field?
Yeah, well, I need to be aware, you know, so I don't want to be like, oh, I'm up, you know, and then be sprinting out there. So I'm definitely aware of what's going on, but I try not to get too caught up in it and, you know, get all excited. Yeah.
Spencer, I asked you the other day why you chose the Chiefs over the Jets. Is this sort of what you had in mind? A big situation like this?
Yes and no. It's not so much the situation itself. It's more so just being a part of the organization and seeing a team that's capable of doing what we did today. I just wanted to be around an elite staff, elite group of players, people in support roles. Like our equipment staff is amazing. Like everyone's very on top of things here. Everyone's very structured and organized. And I just wanted to be a part of that, see what that was like, see what it took to win at the highest level. Whether I get an opportunity to, you know, put the icing on the cake doesn't really matter, because I'm gaining value either way, just by being a part of this place, just by being in this organization.
All right. Thank you, Spencer.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
It's not gymnastics. You don't get style points, and there's no judges to give you the 9.9, 9.8. You win it, and you win it 30-27 with a walk-off field goal over the Carolina Panthers. Can we remind everybody we're 10-1? Are we 10-1?
Yeah,
I think we're 10-1.
We're 10-1. There's no aggregate scoring. Doesn't matter how much you win by. There's no BCS. There's no committee calculating all of this. All that matters is that you win. I have a fun stat for you. Can I give you this?
Let's go.
Okay, so we just locked up our 10th consecutive 10-win season. A decade of 10 wins every single year.
Every single year.
That's the third longest streak in the Super Bowl era. These are the only streaks longer. The Patriots from 2003 to 2019 had a 17-season streak. And the 49ers, with Joe Montana, had a 16-season streak from 1983 to 1998. Then it's the Chiefs. It's this Chiefs team. Every year we can guarantee 10 wins. We cannot take that for granted.
Big Red has been a head coach for 26 years in the NFL. 19 of the 26, he's had a 10-win season.
Wow.
That's third all-time in National Football League history. Mentioned Pat is 19-4 after a loss, and moving on with it, but getting this 10th win is huge. You keep ahead of the Bills, who are sitting there, I'm sure, with bated breath, looking there of going, are they going to lose to the Panthers? No, they didn't. And now you have a short week. Let's jump into the short week, because this game is 3-2-1 over. Black Friday game, 2 o'clock game at GHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium against the Raiders, who are playing as we speak against the Broncos. Quick turnaround. All of a sudden now, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is really 6 days in 3.
Yeah, just 4 days really to prep for this game, and essentially 3 days, as you said. We've not forgotten what happened the last time the Raiders came to Kansas City, and the team has not forgotten that either. So hopefully, even though it's a short week, we can come out strong against these guys. The Raiders not having the season they wanted, but as we saw last year, they love playing spoiler, so we'll need to be ready.
Yep, for sure, and having a Black Friday game, interesting. But for the Chiefs defensively, too, there's stuff to work on. We mentioned that, but when they clamped down on the red zone, that was big in winning this game. The other thing is the Chiefs did not turn it over in this game. At -5 this year in the giveaway takeaway, any one turnover in this game, any one turnover would have flipped it for Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, again, the Chiefs scored on 6 of 8 drives here in this game, and there was another drive where they were probably going to score until they went backwards about 30 yards because of penalties and a sack. So there's things to clean up going into the Raiders game, notably the penalties. The penalties were the reason this game was close. Clean those up. Let's beat the Raiders on Black Friday.
Well, let's remind everyone, the Chiefs came into this week the second least penalized team in the league, but now you've got 2 games where you've been in half a dozen penalties. So you're right. That becomes a priority in these short time, these hours to get ready for the Raiders.
And also offensively, let's keep this going here, the good things that happened. I think we were 2 of 5 in the red zone. Want to clean that up a little bit, because one more touchdown in the red zone puts this game away as well. So stuff to build on from this game. Like I always say, though, easier to build on things from wins than losses. I'll take this. I get it wasn't pretty, but we're 10-1.
If you're in this long enough, you've been on the other side of these. You don't take these for granted. The Chiefs are 10-1. They're the best team in the AFC right now, record-wise, and they get ready. It's 3-2-1. It's Raiders week. Raiders short week. Chiefs win it here, 30-27 in Charlotte. He is Matt McMullen. I'm Mitch Holthus, voice of the Chiefs. Get ready for the Raiders on Black Friday.
Chiefs Rewind is brought to you by Ford, the official car and truck of the Kansas City Chiefs, and by CommunityAmerica Credit Union, the official banking partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.